Alright. Ooh.
This is not the end. Come together before.
What are they doing? I mean, not a whole lot to talk about so far. I would like if you put your poison mine out earlier and you put it either like here or something, or like over here. Just watch the flank earlier, and then if you like again, if you need it, right? He's about to dash on you and he's gone through around your poison mine or something. Put your poison mine down, then you grapple like you did, right? So just have the poison mine out earlier is my recommendation, and then like so far everything else has been like okay. I would like to see you change up your angle more though, but if they're not gonna do anything about you, like it's fine to stay there, I guess. The approximate SR of this match, I think this is like high plat, low diamond scrims. Yeah. So like you kind of sat here, like holding this angle for like a solid I don't know, 20 seconds or so, while they walked in, right? And then when they popped the nano and you realize like I might just die now, like to blade or something, then you grapple away. I just like it for you to like position like slightly like better earlier and then reposition out faster, right? That way you can like take more aggressive angles, right? You can do more fancy things, right? Um, and then you can also just potentially flank more in this team as well. Maybe not actually because they have ball, but just like I gotta run. Thanks for the good content. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you just gotta like falling? Okay. Yeah, like the less you have to use grapple to save your positioning, the more you have it for like trick shots and for like when you're actually in danger, right? So right here, like he was close to you, but you could have solved this problem by grappling out earlier, and then you would have your grapple on cooldown for when you need it, right? It would be like coming off cooldown faster, I guess. Ooh, nasty. Yeah. So once you win this, right? Instead of I'd just like to see you like take like instead of like walking back this way, right? Just like pop over here and see if you can take a shot, right? And then even at that point, you can consider like if they're like if like you don't see a shot here, right? Just drop down, right? And then like grapple over here and take a shot like this, right? Um, like you can get really risky with angles, but like you have a tendency to just like play the long standard angle, which is fine in most cases, but it does put a bit of like a limit on what you're capable of sometimes, right? Like you have great aim, you just need to set yourself up to like take angles, right? So this angle's okay, but again, like they're looking at this, so it's always gonna be harder. But yeah, they're paying attention to it, right? The shot's harder, and then you get pushed by the Lucio, and now you have to walk out, and you look where you're walking out, right? It's in front of the whole team, so it's very risky. This Ana's just sniping at you, no fear. Right now you look, right? You're holding the same angle as the rest of your team, right? And like, what are you supposed to do now, right? Like, all you can shoot is this guy, as opposed to like pushing this angle even deeper, getting in their spawn, and maybe like killing one or two more people before you die. Hang on, that's my Discord. Sorry. Yeah. So at this point, I'd really like to see you like either shift towards the left, right, and like start walking this way, which is a bit of a long flank, or start pushing right and like again start taking angle over here, right, and maybe getting into like their spawn, like spawn camping someone, right. These are all really viable things you can do. But like don't get stuck on this fight because this fight is like probably the least important, right? Main is not where fights are won or lost. You've been over focusing main like for most of this map so far already.
Let's get you back in the fight. You must like me. Hello.
Hello. No shot. But you see how like your first reaction to getting this kill isn't to go this way, right? It's always immediately to go this way, right? Which is like made probably better in this case because the Rhino was looking at you for a second. Once you kill the Lucio, right, you can actually go this way because the Rhino can't actually keep up with you. And like just generally like you're just playing like very standard, very safe angles, right? And you're missing opportunities to take like really aggressive plays. Not saying they should always go for it, right? But like don't always go for the safe aggressive plays, I'm saying, I guess. Or safe defensive play. Good. At this point you're so far up, you just drop and shoot, yeah. Yeah, so at this point, like I'd really like you just like literally walk over here and take an aggressive peek into their spawn or something, right? Mix it up, right? Don't be predictable. Make them always be worried about the threat of the Widowmaker, even if you're not there, right?
Salut. Hello there.
Right, you're just playing like this is like the Gibraltar stuff, right? You just play way in the back, and you're like, I don't have to do anything, right? But like there are times when you want to play more aggressive, right? And even if like the map really suits defensive play, right? You still want to mix in like aggressive play, like just enough to make them respect it, right?
No one can hide from my sight.
Good walls.
Damn.
60 seconds remaining.
Feels bad. Yeah, again, not again, but I think it was too late to put the mine down. I think you just try and commit to killing him.
Bonjour. Hello there.
Yeah. Also, for what it's worth, the walls saved you in terms of like finding the ball, but the ball was going up here knowing that you were here, right? He didn't have to scout you. He just knew you were gonna be here because this is where you always were, right? Like mix it up, right? Try different stuff, right? Like spend a fight like hiding down here, and like looking for someone to peek main, right? You like there's a very solid chance you just killed a Widowmaker doing this, right? And once you do that, right, then you rotate, right? You either rotate this way or you come out and like take an even more aggressive angle because they're not expecting you to be down here when like the ball is setting up over here or something, right? There's a lot of stuff you can do. But just like again, mix it up. Ooh, you can't miss that. Okay, never mind. You can miss it. Again, have the mine down earlier. You remember to use the mine a lot more, which is good. I remember our first round you basically never used it, but like you gotta have it down earlier, especially if you tend to hold a spot for more than like a second or two. And in general, you want to mix up your angles. Like once you take your shot here, right? Go over here, right? Take another shot, right? If like no one's chasing you or you don't think anyone's gonna chase you, you come over here, take another shot, right? And then you drop out this way, or you're like when you take your shot here, you just drop out this way, and then like again take like maybe an angle down here and grapple up to the high ground, and then like maybe the Genji's committed a dash now and he can't get to you, right? There's a bunch of stuff, but yeah. And once you grapple back up here, you jump out and you take another shot at their Widow when she respawns, right? You know, things like that.
Hello.
Speed sliders. Speed. Okay. Again, there's no mine down, right? Genji's gonna get on you, right? Now you need a mine and you die, right? Yeah, the mine's got to come down way early if you intend to hold this position for more than like a couple seconds, especially if you know that the Genji's like even approximately in the area.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Ability increased.
Bonjour. Salut.
Speed sliders. All right, that's unfortunate.
The payload has reached the channel.
Hello. My barrier can't take much more. My shield's up.
I would recommend not even wasting your time with this, right? All this does is tell the enemy is put like I don't know, 200, 300 damage on the shield, and tell the enemy team, right, that you're not moving your angle, right? If you're not shooting, it makes this Widow have to think about where are you going to be, right? Even if you don't do anything, and you just end up taking the same angle again, right? And jumping out from main and shooting, trying to kill the Widow, right? That's something that like she has to respect, right? Because she's sitting here and she's like, all right, where's the Widow? And if you're not shooting, she doesn't know, right? Whereas like again, the shield is like, why is he so small? He's getting really low in this with his crouch here. But yeah. All this does is tell them exactly where you are. It's not doing anything, right? So again, mix up the angle, right? And be like just in general, you just focus on putting out too much, putting damage on main way too much, right? Especially when there's another Widow in the game, right? Everything like that matters is like the angles you get versus the angles she gets, right? And being like putting yourself in a position to kill her without dying yourself. And same thing when there's like you're playing cat and mouse with like a Genji or Tracer, right? Just keep mixing your position. Like that shot on the like the nano ball, right? You can't headshot him. You did 60 damage, right? -5 for armor, so 55 damage, I guess. Meanwhile, the Widow was thinking about peeking, right, before something happened, right? So like again, like prioritize, right? The ball doesn't matter. You putting damage on the ball doesn't matter. That was like 30 damage. Another like 50 damage. Right, and now it's fine to focus him because in your backline, your whole team your whole team's shooting him, right? And he was Discord without like nano without shields, right? That's fine, right? And plus you can cover yourself while doing this, and then mix up which side you peek from, right? But be careful peeking, like standing out here because you can actually get shot by the Widow from here, right? I mean the Widow's not actually holding this angle, right? But you get the idea. Again, these shots kind of don't matter, right? They kind of matter, but they kind of don't, right? Like as soon as you take that first shot, or even before you take the first shot, like as soon as you see that guy there, right? Like start LOSing for his help, right? Start looking for his help, right? Like you almost get your head taken off, right? Why does the Widow stand here out in the open, like slow peeking? Why does she feel confident doing this, right? It's because she saw you shooting for a while, right? And as a result, like you almost get your head taken off because you're not respecting her in the duel. And then you get pressured, right? Why does the Genji dash in, like knowing that like you're here and knowing that you're not looking? Well, how does he get this close? Because you're shooting the Reinhardt, right? Stay focused on the help. Don't stay focused on tanks. Tanks aren't worth your time. Speed sliders.
No one can hide from my sight.
Yeah, like when you have nothing else to shoot the Rhine, right? But like that first shot, like shouldn't be on the Rhine. The first shot should be is your best chance of getting a free kill when they're not paying attention, right? So like go for like the squishies first, and then if they all hide, then you start shooting at the Rhine, right? You start blinking at them. But
The enemy's talent will be eliminated.
yeah, so that was good, right? You saw the ball, right? But then when the ball slammed, you saw the Ana, and you just gave up on shooting the ball, right? That's how you want to prioritize. In fact, you probably shouldn't even try to look at the ball first. Try and see if you can shoot the Ana first, right? I'd really like to see a spawn camp attempt here, right? It's like walk out here, like slow peek, or jump around, see if you can get a free kill, right? And then like, or a free kill over there, right? Whatever the case may be, right? And then just run away, right? Yeah, you're not putting any real pressure on them. Like they have to respect your aim here, but they don't have to respect like the threat of you, right? They don't have to respect the odds that like they just die at any point they cross an open space, because you're never like actually watching for it. You're just always watching main. And again, right? No patience, right? You see the Rhine, you try and shoot the Rhine, right? You're just trying to build ult as fast as you can, but like, you're not prioritizing picks, which is your actual goal. And like also, you take the shot, right? You don't mix up your angle, right? There's no like change, right? You don't like, for example, shift over here, or shift over here, right? I guess this angle's not very good over here right now, anyways. But like maybe like someone peeks from over here, knowing that you're over here, and then like it turns out you're over here and you kill them, right? And you just have a deeper angle than they expect, right? You just gotta remember to mix up your angle more, because like this is just not very good. Or like holding the same angle all the time just gets you pushed, right? Widow spread. Ooh, nice shot. Alright, I'd really like it if you just like pushed right with your Tracer, right? Because like again, what's likely to give you the best angle, right? This is probably the best angle, right? So you swing out on the side, right? Alternatively, if you're feeling particularly aggressive, like just push the left side, but push aside, don't push main and sit here, right? This is like, what are you gonna shoot from here? Like your sig is out all the way out here, right? I think you put a poison mine on top of a poison mine. Again, you're focusing on main, and this Ana is walked back and forth over here. I know this is a low probability shot, but like low probability of killing her is better than like high probability of maybe hitting this guy a bit, right? But there's just people like constantly crossing left side and you're not ready for it. Also, what happened to your poison mine? Oh, it's still up. Interesting. I guess she didn't proc it. That poison mine's not very good. I was about to say it wasn't very good and then she pushed it anyways, so, you know. But yeah, every time you don't mix up your angles, it invites someone to come after you, right? So you gotta change your angles all the time.
Justice ain't gonna dispense.
Same deal for McCree, just slightly less so.
Howdy.
It's more about with McCree, it's more about showing one place and then like drifting in another direction.
Hey there.
Just a little bit longer, and we win this.
Like, you're not even peeking. You gotta peek, right? Just take a just poke your nose out, take a shot, and then back up, and now you have information of where they're going, right? Like, even if no one else is calling for you, this matters a lot more in rank. But even if no one's calling for you, you can collect your own information, right? Don't just wait for them to walk in. This is really good. Like you peek, like you take some shots, and then you drift, right? So this is really good. I just want to see this more in Widow. Just fan him. People always have this like point of pride on not fanning, but like just fan. If there's like any kind of motion on it, right, it's just not worth it to try and like, unless like you have like consistent like I don't know, top 500 hit scan aim. Even then they might miss it still, right? Like it's just not worth the risk of missing. The only exception is potentially Tracer, but even then, like, if she's like, she jumped and like it's all over the place on movement, and you know she has recall, right? I would just fan it anyways if you're close enough.
One shot. Bonjour. Hello. Hey there. Ready. Hello. Back. 5, 4, 3,
Hello there.
2, 1. Escort
Get ready for the push. I like it. Wait, the Widow's over there. What?
Adjusting angle of attack.
Your ball's just on her. Yeah. So especially when they're not running ball or any dive, right? So the problem is this is too late, right? So earlier you saw the Widow committed here. You saw a whole bunch of action happening over here, right? That's when you actually want to rotate, right? Take a shot and then start rotating this way, right? And then when you get out here, you just like run to their spawn and grapple up here, and now they can't back up, right? Like this just wins the fight by itself, essentially, right? And you want to make plays like this as much as you can, but the problem is you're trying to rotate after they start backing up, right? And so they're gonna retreat and they're gonna retreat into you, and now you're gonna die, right? Like this is already not looking good, right? Oh, yep. You live here, I'm gonna be. Oh my god, they're so bad. They're so bad. Now you gotta find your time to flank, right? And you missed your window because you're sitting there for too long, like hesitant to push through when your whole team was fighting on the left side. Ooh. Alright, this is really good. I like this flank.
Payload moving forward.
This is not the end.
Ah!
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Be patient with that shot.
I needed it.
She was low. Guess you didn't know that though. I had the health bars on for some reason. Oh!
Heroes never die.
Yeah, but again, you didn't mix up your angle, right? You took your shots here, a bunch of shots, and then you grappled over this wall, and instead of like flattening your angle and going wide, right? You just stayed here, and eventually someone pushed you, right? Like, gotta mix up your angle. Just keep changing it, right?
Helden sterben nicht. Ohne Dej.
Feels bad.
You should be at
Just what they needed.
Actually peeking you while you're shooting. That's so sad. You're like, that's so like brave.
No one can hide from my sight.
So the problem with this, right? Is like when you pop walls, you go back to right back to the same angle you were. If they're smart, they won't peek you. In this case, they popped counter walls. So they were paying attention, and just like saw you and LOS'd you, right? But like even if they didn't have walls, if they were vaguely smart, they just wouldn't peek this LOS because you were just here, right? He's still peeking it. They're so dumb. They're all peeking it. Feels bad. Yeah, you just gotta have more like kits in your toolbox than just this angle, right? Like on defense, this was your angle the entire time, followed up by this. That was your whole strat. And on offense, this has been your whole strat, trying to push this angle, right? Like you gotta mix it up. Gotta go for different things.
Hello there.
at your service.
You're going right for it again.
60 seconds.
Alright, you're going left. Nice.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Respect the Widow sideline. Yeah. So you didn't wait long enough this time. Alright.
60 seconds.
You just grapple straight here before like going wide and checking to make sure it's safe, right? You just go straight up, right? And then it turns out, you know, there's a lot of people here. You rush yourself into a bunch of shots. You don't get the final hit, and then you just get like collapsed on and flanked, right? Three? Okay.
Justice ain't gonna dispense itself. Hello?
See ya. He's dead. Right, please go high ground. Please go high ground. Please go high ground. You just gotta drift. Remember, like, take your shots, right? Take your shots and then drift, right? And once you come up here, right, you can either go for a backstab, right? Or you can just like, I don't know, drop on this side, go for flashbang kill, and then back up to the high ground. I guess there's a bunch of stuff you can do, but like, you just gotta keep drifting, right? Like you're just kind of playing with your team, right? Which isn't like terrible, but like it's definitely missing opportunities. Unfortunate, too early. Right, see that McCree? Kills you, probably. Never mind. Okay, kills you, because, like, let's watch his pathing, right? I'm sure it wasn't amazing, but, like, he probably drifted, right? Where was he? Yeah, so, he's here, right? Your team's going overrunning them on main. He just, like, starts walking this way, right? And then just goes up to the high ground, right? And then he gets a free look at you. And if he was good, he would not drop at all, right? He would just shoot you, right? But he goes like with a flashbang flank, even though like he has no team. So this is a suicidal flank for him. But he still goes. But like, just imagine he just came out here and two-tapped you with headshots, right? And then you backed up, right? This is what you can do if you drift, right? You get angles. People don't expect stuff like this, right? Right, and then the space it creates means that the Widow now gets a free look, right? See, notice how this Widow like was over here, right? Same thing as the McCree, except she flanked, right? Like she just pushed off on the left side, right? And she gets a free look and kills someone, right? So now both their DPS have done something very stupid, essentially, and gotten 2 kills and might turn the fight now, right? If someone got to card installed, right? But do you see the power of this flank, right? Of this kind of flanking? Like we still cap, but like they get 2 kills in a situation where they're 2v6, and that almost never happens. Wait, what fire strike play?
Howdy. Hello.
Not sure what you're talking about. I didn't pay attention to chat. Sorry.
Hey there.
So all you gotta shoot here is a Rhine shield. Lucio's feeding. Nice. Mercy chased the fire strike earlier, disrupt sight. I actually have no idea when that happened. I missed it. Yeah. I'd really just like you, like as soon as like this fight stabilizes at all, just like walk up the stairs, right? Just start walking the stairs, like Fish is doing. Right, this is happening now, but it's way too late.
It's
Oh my god, what is he doing?
you best head for the hills. I'm on.
It's a Lucy on your right, by the way. Right, so you took some shots here, right? So just keep going, right? Just keep going.
Hello.
Should high noon. When you saw the Mercy flying, you should high noon that. There's no way they kill you here. And that's a free Mercy. So like right here, I'll freeze frame. Right there, she flew in, right? Boom, high noon. And it's a pretty free Mercy kill. If anything else, even if you don't kill the Mercy, you stop all the help to come to like no one is able to help the Rhine, and you still win, right? It's fine. It's again totally worth it to high noon this guy. You're so lucky you didn't have flashbang. Alright, again, don't get stuck with your team, right? Even if you play with your team, drift, right? Start pushing in this side of the map and start aggressively holding angles, right? Or just like walk back up the stairs and go try and catch them, right? But don't get stuck main. Don't get stuck with your team. Right, now you're going up. Like, you do all the right moves eventually. It just takes you a long time to do them. Again, just fan him. He was in motion, right?
Hey there. Howdy. Sit and duck. Get this moving. Easy.
Later.
Seconds.
Start walking up. Start walking up. No respect. Nice. Again, just right click that.
10 seconds.
So greedy. All right, so at this point, you stop. You hung around here long enough to cancel the res, but you still want the longer angle. So I would just like walk out here. So I'd either commit with your ball, right, and just like hope, like just keep fanning until you win, and then drop off the side, right? Or just like commit until you win here, and then try and high noon something. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the high noon. That's not you. So you can't high noon actually until you kill the McCree, right? Because he can just 2-tap you. So like if you don't kill that McCree with that shot, right? Instead of high nooning here, just like take a step back, make sure you don't get booped, make sure you're like they have other stuff to worry about, and then you can high noon, right? But this is just a low percentage high noon because you need to channel this for a long time, right? Or like just take the free shot, right? Like one thing you can do, right? Just like shoot as soon as you get the like just take the one kill, right? You don't need to get greedy with this, right? Like either you wait until you kill him before you high noon, or you use the high noon to kill him, right? But don't try to get greedy and like use the high noon to kill everyone until you kill the McCree, right? Alright, but now this is just like, yeah, death.
Let's start over at the beginning.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Again, don't get stuck main. Don't get stuck behind the cart. Go this way. Like swing as far wide as you can, right? Going up is also okay, but like, yeah, don't get greedy. Yeah.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
again, don't go this way. Go this way, right? And if you want to get extra aggressive, right? So once you go this way, this is like what you should be doing. This isn't even aggressive, what I would consider aggressive. But if you want to get aggressive, then you go up here, right? If you're feeling less aggressive, then you go up the stairs, right? But like just shooting the Rhine shield is like, ugh. Shooting the ball is also, yeah. Right, so instead of playing here, right, just come main, right, shoot, shoot, shoot. When they LOS you, you go left, right, and now you're in a position where you can flank, right.
Barrier is unstable.
60 seconds remaining.
He actually shot you. What the? Yeah, but see how you're just always in the middle of everything, and you're also not holding an off angle because this is like, it's not really an off angle, right? They pushed you out for about half a second, and now suddenly it's main, right? So like, you just want to cross as soon as you can, take an aggressive angle, right? And this is a way more threatening flank than this flank is, right? I mean, this flank is dangerous as well, but everybody holds this flank, whereas like very, very commonly, there's nobody here, right? So like, if you look, like when you peek this, right, there was a Genji and a McCree and a Brig holding this one spot, right? And like, again, if you're just over here, right, it's free money, right? You just shoot them back. And if you get pushed, right, you come over here, you have a Mega, right, and you have a lot of space to work with, and a lot of corners. Yeah, and you just die during the stun. This matters for essentially every DPS except for, with the exception of maybe like Mei, and maybe Sim, but you just really don't want to be main. Not main. You just don't want to be main. Right, like right now, you're main, you have no cover, like very awkward. Might live, but rally, okay. That could have been actually a pretty decent high noon, I think. Yeah, so this is late because if you notice, like when you actually used it, they were here, and that bought them enough time to hide, right? Whereas if like when I was saying to use it, like they were much closer to like the center of this, so there's a good chance that you either screw up the positioning, or like kill someone, and like you can also use cover if you're getting shot at like more than you expect at the start, right? Like you start getting shot at, you just back up around the corner, right? But this is just kind of like super low percentage. You get a free shield, but what an idiot. C9 feels bad. All right. Yeah. Overall, the main thing for you is just mixing up your angles. Like during fights, before fights, after fights, just take more aggressive and not more aggressive, but just like take more different angles, right? Especially during the before and after the fight phase, and then during the fight, you just want to like push your angle, right? Once you take an angle, go to the next angle, right? Just keep moving the angle around to something that because the fight is going to move, right? So if you expect the fight to turn and the enemy team to start pushing back into you, right? Obviously, like don't go deeper with your angle unless like you're committing to the hard flank at that point, because then you're going to end up one angle too far from your team and just like be unsupported, right? But if you're hard flanking, right, whatever, you're going for the kills. So, but like you want to like drift, right? You like play with your team initially when you're walking in, right? And then you take an, and then you start taking an angle, right? When your team walks in further, you take another, you take an even more aggressive angle, right? You just keep matching your angle to your team's aggression, right? If your team's falling back, you just like fall back an angle, right? Same idea. But like if you're always sitting main, you don't have a good angle, and you spend a lot of time shooting Rhine shields, shooting balls, and it just felt really ugly, right? And when you're shooting the Genji in your backline, you had it with your back to the enemy team as a result, right? As opposed to somewhere like actually like that's a different angle. And then the Rhine got on top of you, and you didn't realize you had to roll to get away from it, right? You got shattered for that reason, and died for that. Like you just keep taking these like very like conservative short angles with your team, and with your Widow, you take the conservative long angle with your team, right? And you just got to mix it up. Yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. And if you get to this part of the video, DM me what 9 times 0 equals.